Well, hey out there, fellow gardeners and beekeepers, it's Kathy, the neighborhood gardener. So I am going to do a really quick video today. I just wanted to update you on my Subpod system. It's doing wonderful, I think. I am getting ready to plant around the area, and I'm going to show you that, and I'm just going to let you take a look inside it, how well it's doing. It's a slow process, I have found, and maybe that's because I don't feed it maybe as much as some people do, but I have limited scraps to share with them. But anyway, come on out there with me, and I'm going to show you what's inside and how well it's doing. So come on, let's go. All right, so here is my system here, and as you can see, it's not the prettiest right now, but I am getting ready to plant that up again. Right over here in this area here, I've been working on that. These are all some plants that I've been propagating, and so I really wanted to get that area done first and just give you a look there. So hopefully these will be nice and healthy for our plant sale soon. But anyway, this is the Subpod system that I put in. This is the raised garden bed that I built, and I do have to do some dividing of some plants. I've got lemongrass here, and then I want to plant directly in there this rosemary. And these plants are not necessarily going in here, but it is what I have just been playing out here. So I am gonna amend the soil a little bit, put a little more compost in there and some gardening soil before I start planting up the herbs in there. So right here, let me show you. This is my composting containers from inside. I just kind of put stuff in there, and it's mainly eggshells and bananas and apples and coffee and tea, and I've got some lemon up there. So let me just get in there and give you a look inside. Okay, so let's look in here. So let me pull this down a little bit and get you a little closer in just a minute. So these, I did have to order more of these little worm blankets in here, and they do last maybe, I'd say, a couple of months, and then they just kind of start to fall apart a little bit. So I just kind of piece it back in there. But you can kind of see this is, let me get you a little closer. Okay, so as you can kind of see, this is the side that I fed last time. I feed them once a week, and I alternate sides. This is the side that was fed last time, and you can kind of see they're working on it, but I am going to turn that over as well. And then this will be the side that I'm going to be working on today. So I'll do the same. I'll turn that over. See, this little blanket is starting to fall apart. That's just what they do. Anyway, it keeps it moist. Man, this one is okay. So that is a look inside there. They're about even. I'd say there's several 3 inches maybe of the compost that they have built up, but there is absolutely no smell to this. That's the one thing I was very concerned about, and I have to say the Subpod system has kind of held true to that. And I am feeding them, like I said, I don't feed them all that much, but I also add some carbon, some newspaper in there when I turn it over. And so let me go ahead and turn that over for you. I'm going to use my aerator. I still probably don't say that properly, and there was somebody who commented on my video that I done last time trying to correct me of how I say that, but you know what, you gotta laugh at yourself. So that one's for you. I think your name was Old Blighty. I still don't pronounce it correctly, but you know what I mean. Hang on one second and let me get this a few other things here, and then I'll add it in my scraps and show you how I'm doing that and give you a little bit better look of how deep that actually is. Okay, I think you've got a good look there. So all I'm gonna do is go in here and just kind of turn this over, and that's about how deep it is. You can see those worms. Yeah, I'm hitting the bottom now. So let me see if you can see that. All the worms in there. it is. I just turn it over, and hopefully by spring I'm going to have, I'll be able to use some of this and put around my garden plants, and they'll just be nice and healthy. Look at that, lots of worms in there. I think when I started, I think we put like 1,200 worms, if I remember correctly. I'd have to look back over that video, but you can kind of see how that is. That's just, I'm gonna stick my hand in here, there's just nasty feeling, but look at that. That is some good, healthy compost. Still got some really good worms in there. Nothing like sticking your hands in the dirt, right? Anyway, okay, so there's that one. Got that turned over nicely. And then all I'm gonna do is add in some more. This is just my scraps left over, some coffee in the coffee filters, a little bit of paper towels, and this one here, same thing. There, I think there's some ginger left over from some ginger tea I made, and I just put that in like that. I also have some lemon peels that when I squeeze out some fresh lemon and stuff, these are still a little bit frozen, but they'll be just fine. You don't want to add too much citrus at once, so I just kind of do it a little at a time. And then I also want to throw some carbon in there. So this is just newspaper. I just tore a little bit of that up. And then I'm just gonna put that in there and try to mix that in a little bit. Same thing. And then, whoops, hit that camera. Okay, give them a little bit of help here. Okay. And then all I will do with this is I am going to put back the blankets on top. I just kind of push it down a little bit. And they don't really cover every bit of this, but it's good enough to just keep that nice and moist. And then I'll just take and just do a small little misting spray just to get this nice and misted. And it's good to go for another week. Let me just go ahead on this other side. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn it over. I'm not gonna feed this side. This was another little piece there, and same thing here. Look at this. I don't mind to get my hands in there. Look at all those worms still. Hard-working little worms. So that's all looking pretty good. And this again, the Subpod system, I would definitely recommend this one. So I hope that helped you a little bit. If you're gonna look into this system, I think it's a good one. It's working for me. Anyway, I appreciate you all watching, and you have a great week out there. Thanks again.